Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the last set of games of the night. Blitzkrieg versus Phoenix. Once again, do or die. Phoenix's destiny is in its own hands. Keno's here with Infinite. How you doing, Infinite?
Doing pretty good. A little exhausted from these games. It's been quite the performance so far today. And didn't we say that set 3 was supposed to be the hype one for this week?
Well, it certainly is. Phoenix, as I said, they have their work cut out for them. If they can win both of these games, it is pretty sure they're locked into the playoffs. But if they even lose one game, that puts option 12 on the plate to sneak in for that fourth spot. So let's get hype, everybody. Let's get focused. How do you think these games are going to go?
Blitzkrieg has been on fire. So Phoenix has been doing really well as well. But this is a bit of an odd scenario. The top laners, I wish Sigtal Lord was here to talk about it. He's probably losing his mind for this, as he calls it, eternal anime that's going on or whatever. But J-Dog's been extremely aggressive on his top lane picks. So with Eternal being somewhat of the carry the past few times for the Phoenix squad, I'm wondering how they adapt this time around.
Yeah, adaptation has been a big part of this split. With the different adjustments players have made, the massive progress that players like J-Dog have made, and so seeing how they move forward with that is going to be very interesting. We do have the Seraphine and the Darius bans right away, once again acknowledging that J-Dog prowess that we have seen on that champion.
Yeah, I don't think Phoenix wants to deal with J-Dog 20 minutes in the game being able to 1v5 them.
Yeah, coming in from that top lane 1v5 is always a fun Darius thing to see. And we have the Vigo ban as well, which is... Hang on, my cat just bit me. Alright. Moving on. So we have the Anivia ban as well. So there's a mid and support focus, which is an interesting way to kind of zero in on it. We see where Blitzkrieg wants to focus at the start here. Do you think that's the right call?
Yeah, probably. I'd say the other option would be to hard focus just banning out top lane so that J-Dog can get that advantage, but this isn't a bad strategy. Plus, you kind of have to ban Seraphine, so... On the opposite side, I really like the Viego ban. I think that's a very smart and needed ban. We've already seen Pistol Crab do just nasty work with it, so...
Yeah, Swain ban as well, Swain being one of the more dominant supports, so a couple of support bans. Top lane focus paramount as well for Phoenix with the two bans in that area. We see the Kai'Sa pickup. It's so funny with some of the other team lineups we've had lately to just see, oh, we're going ADC, you know? But we have a Shen Nocturne pickup for Phoenix just right away, not even hesitating on that Nocturne pick.
Yeah, I know that's something they've been working on in practices, and the engage mechanic is really interesting and fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there for a lot of fun things with ultimate combining and things of that nature. Bot lane, meanwhile, set for Blitzkrieg, Pistol Crab locking in that Thresh for Smokey the Bear. Unless, of course, Kai'Sa's going mid or something. But
I mean, I play Kai'Sa in every position, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure.
She can do it.
Well, we got the Ivern, so two very different junglers. Got the tree making friends and Nocturne tearing your face off and scaring you to death. So, different in play style, different in lore, and Alistar. Alright. Maybe we
I
can
think we're going to need to see some more damage on the side of Phoenix for these next two picks, though.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, but with ADC and mid still not picked, there's plenty of possibility for that.
Yep.
Would like to see an old school team. Maybe don't pick anybody who came out before Season 2 with a lineup like this. But we'll see who the last two picks are. Is there a ban penalty I'm not familiar with?
No, I was about to make a comment about that and be like, they realized they weren't the ones that received the The ban penalty, right?
Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, if they want to intentionally... Oh no, so it was just a... They just clocked out. Alright, fair enough.
Ah, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Well,
What's
I hope
the
that doesn't
worst
come back to haunt them. It may not seem like it with 150 champs in the game, but one ban really can hurt you sometimes.
Well, I mean, what sort of dangerous bans do you think they're missing out on here against Blitzkrieg?
I mean, they got the Malphite, and I that was probably the big one that I was kind of concerned for J-Dog getting again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what would be the next best ban. I would imagine something for the mid lane.
Yeah, most of my notes, Kale, seriously. Most of my notes say the champs that they've already banned, the Vigo and the Darius and stuff. So, but you know, it never hurts. Would they have banned the Kale? Maybe. We do see the Kale banned sometimes. I hate this team from Blitzkrieg, by the way. Just figured I'd mention that.
It's a very, with the exception of Ivern and I guess kind of Thresh, it's a very squishy team, but you do have some decent, Kale being able to provide that ult. The Kale Kaisa combo is pretty good.
Phoenix almost doing the old school team I asked for, but then they picked Zoe.
Yep. So close.
Alright, so J-Dog is once again trying to prove that Kale is a thing. I mean, you're the number one seed. You're definitely getting in the playoffs. Why not try to flex a little bit? But I hate this team so much.
Is it mostly because of the Kale?
It's because there isn't enough durability. It's because of the Kale. It's because of the Kale. There isn't a ton of CC either. I mean, there's some,
Yeah.
obviously, but not nowhere near enough.
I'm kind of weird about Ivern. Most of the time, I'm just not a fan of Ivern picks.
I don't mind Ivern. I think that he's got a lot of interesting utility. I think that his ultimate can deal a surprising amount of damage.
I think I just don't like champs that create another like main thing. Like I hate Annie too. Like I'm
Really?
just not a fan of something that can rely so heavily on something they summon.
Well,
Says the Malzahar player.
fun fact, one of my favorite Dota characters is someone who runs with a specific summon, Lone Druid, who just makes a bear friend, and the two of them wander around being friends. So I don't particularly mind that too much. I think that League could do better with, you know, slightly better, more nuanced controls for it, but obviously that's not how their UI works. I'm just concerned how they're going to stop some of these things. I mean, how are they going to get through Alistar and Shen, for starters? How are they going to interrupt Misfortune's ultimate?
Not only how are they going to get to those, but how are they going to stop Shin Nocturne getting to them?
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of difficulties that Blitzkrieg is going to have here. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just so incredibly annoyed by Blitzkrieg's team comp. I'd almost, I hate to say this, but I'd almost prefer a Jarvan on this team. If we had to discuss how much I don't like this team, I'd prefer a Jarvan on this team.
Blasphemy.
Because he at least would have some interesting engage. Maybe could jump on the Misfortune. But like this, no. Maybe Blitzkrieg will get an edge if Phoenix plays a little too much into the Shen Nocturne meme. Hey, look at us, we're combining ultimates. Like in those areas where it's not necessary.
Right.
It's just like,
Or if they start doing things like diving under tower before they know they're strong enough. Small errors like that.
Idle, I'm not becoming a believer in Jarvan. I'm just saying that with how terrible Blitzkrieg's team looks, them adding additional layers of garbage would not be a detriment. That's all. All right. Infinite, say one nice thing about Blitzkrieg's team before we head into skin selection.
Oh, easy. They picked Kaisa.
Hmm. Fair enough. All right. So, I mean, I guess the only thing that Phoenix doesn't have going for it compared to Blitz is they have only 2 real damage dealers. But we'll see what happens. Going into skin selection, a lot of quality skins on many of these champions.
Well, if mine will load.
Nonsense. Who needs games to load? We already know how this game's going to go. We'll just cut to a live stream with action figures. Oh, alright. Well, Phoenix wins the skin battle.
They're trolling us, right? Like,
No,
they chose no skins on purpose.
Yeah, of course they chose no skins on purpose. And you know, if you guys were playing a bunch of older champions, maybe I would appreciate that. Give it a little nod. Be like, oh, that's, you know, cool. A bunch of old school champions just using their default skins, but you've only got one old school champion. So, no.
Yeah, I don't think you can make an argument for Kaisa or Ivern being even somewhat old school.
Well, Lucian came out before they did. But yeah, only Kale's the old school one.
And she got reworked, so like she only kind of halfway counts.
I was thinking about that actually. It's kind of funny how some champions, when they get reworked, get versions of like their old appearance as a skin. And Kale hasn't. I don't think there's any like golden armor Kale skin, is there?
I think there might be a chroma. Like, doesn't the Verdant, whatever the Verdant one, have like 58 chromas or something?
Yeah, chromas don't count. But like I'm thinking like Gangplank, right? Where Gangplank had a specific skin for original Gangplank.
That's
Because
fair.
almost no one uses his default skin because it's so ugly as hell, and that plot line's not going anywhere. Oh, I mean, Bilgewater is definitely going to finish that story as soon as possible. It's going to be great. Still no real invades here as we head into the beginning of the match. Zoe's hair is out of control on this skin, by the way.
Yeah, it is kind of wild.
And we're once again seeing Shen's horrible default walk.
Speaking of top lane, are you expecting any kind of early aggression from either one of them? Or you think they're just going to play kind of passive?
I think that J-Dog will try to assert his position in lane, but he's a level 1 Kale, or a pre-18 Kale. So it won't really go very well. I could see Shen trying something early here. But I think that it'd be in his best interest to maybe just let J-Dog get ahead of himself. We'll see what happens. Yeah, bot lane going as bot lane goes. Mid lane, Brandana's been a little poked, so he does like poking. God, that Shen walk.
We do have Pistol Crab going into Alonzi's jungle.
Lonzi decides to turn on Pistol Crab. I'm assuming that Nocturne beats Ivern one-on-one early.
Definitely feeling that way.
P&K is here. Phoenix is here too. Pointy in. And now J-Dog's in trouble too. Ouch.
That sleepy bubble from Pointy Ball and then the flash over to secure the kill after he recognized he wasn't there. That was a great play.
Yeah, very good heads-up rotations there from Phoenix, and unfortunate that J-Dog wasn't playing someone more impactful, though I think anyone would have died there. 3-on-1 early on. Yeah, so Pistol Crab is obviously going to be a little behind. Pointy really harassing Brandana. Really hoping that Shen buys boots at some point soon here.
It always cracks me up how much this like hurts your brain to watch.
Well, you gotta understand, I played Shen for years. And so I'm used to him walking a certain way. And so when I see him not walking that way, it doesn't make any sense. And I think his animation is broken. Alright, we do have a Pistol Crab gang here. Ooh, nice combination of abilities. Alpha does flash and burn both summoners. Still taking very low. Can he? Yes. Till the pig gets in that chip damage. Very nicely done. Eternal misses a taunt. Probably because he's walking funny. I mean, like, imagine Kaisa. Like, imagine her, before she gets boots, she walks with, like, I don't know, her wings standing straight up or something. You'd think that was weird.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. So, is it just me, or at least in the past couple of weeks, does Kaisa kind of feel like the Caitlyn from last split?
More than just the last couple of weeks. People have been saying all over the place that she's the new hotness.
It surprises me, though, because we've seen very few bans on her.
Well, everyone wants to play her. Oh, good flash by Brandana, dodging Pointy Ball's upshot there, and now everyone's collapsing on Pointy Ball. Great root, great damage. J-Dog is here as well. Shut down gold heading over to Brandana. Alright, so a nice back and forth there. Kinda similar plays, honestly. A jungle invade coupled with a turnaround from the defending team. And Shen's got boots now. God bless. 39-43 in the bot lane, so bot lane is more or less equal despite that kill gold, which is giving a 200 gold advantage. And we have Kale almost to 6, so her first power spike, if you can call that a power spike.
It can be super impactful for team fights early on, especially
absolutely.
With teleport, you know, being up, which it's not.
And we have Phoenix trying to take first dragon. 4 team members are here, so they should be able to get it, though Ivern and bot lane is moving into position. Lucian is coming as well. Pointy Ball doing a cute little dreamy bubble there. And, oh, good ultimate by this Lucian. Amaya just takes it all to the face. Doesn't quite do the combo, but I'm not sure if that's what they were looking to do. Top lane Eternal is a little pushed in. Probably wouldn't mind a gank from Alon Z, who is going to have ultimate shortly. He's a quarter of the way to 6.
Yeah. I'd say Wolves will probably get him there.
Yeah, Brandana keeping up, actually ahead of Pointy right now by 300 gold. Thanks to CS and that shutdown. But first dragon is very nice for this team on Phoenix, especially because it was a damage dragon. Little extra edge, definitely warranted. Here comes Pistol Crab, but Shen's got those dashes.
I saw the shield from Ivern go on to kill, and there for a second I really thought she had just busted ult for no reason.
Brandana very low, utilizing those Lucian dashes quite effectively though. Zoe has no mana, so we'll need to go back soon. Big rotation coming mid as well. Was spotted. I think the point he's sticking around is kind of weird. I also like how the Thresh soul announces that Thresh is there. Hey, I'm in the area. Eternal once again taking a lot of damage. J-Dog really putting that damage out early. Shen not quite as tanky as he'd like to be, but it is still early game.
And we see Shin with level 8. Nocturne has had level 6 for a minute now, so normally... Okay, here we go.
Here comes the jump in. They hit him with the sleep and the ultimate. And the Shen, again, memes. Shen did not need to ult in there. And now his turret's going to take unnecessary damage. Probably won't lose a plate, though. Are they going to rotate up here and take care of Herald and Crab? Looks like it. So at least they'll get that those objectives out of a rather unnecessary play that they did.
Yeah, and if you're on the side of Blitzkrieg, hopefully you're taking notes and realizing that they really overcommitted in that fight, because that's something you can exploit later in the game.
Big misfortune ult, but great sidesteps by the bot lane. Smokey intentionally does not deal damage so that the kill can go over to his ADC. Fight now in the Herald as well. Big ultimate from J-Dog. LNZ goes down. Shen is going to go down as well. Zoe trying to help out, almost taking out Pistol Crab. Is gonna flash for it. Does take that one out. Will they get J-Dog as well? Lots of damage coming out. J-Dog does not have the durability nor the ultimate. And now Brandana's hunting. Pointy is incredibly low. Why would you go that way as opposed to straight up to your turret, Pointy? You're killing me. And Lucian's killing you.
Well, at least we're not having a boring game with no action. 10 minutes in, we already have 13 kills.
Yeah, and I'm having difficulty deciding who's really in the lead here. Obviously not a huge fan of the lineup, but Blitzkrieg is taking advantage of the opportunities they're being given. Gonna get another plate here before LNZ comes in. His ultimate will be back up in 15 seconds, so we should expect some more mayhem off of that. Shen's ult 65 seconds though.
Yeah, he might just wait.
And again, that's sacrificing gameplay potential for memes. You don't need Shen to secure kills. Like, I mean, for God's sakes, just ult J-Dog right now. When's his ult available? 71 seconds.
Yeah, that definitely would be the call right now. Have Shin land the taunt and just Nocturne come in.
Oh, Zoe in trouble. Taken out by that great Lucian ult. Lots of damage. There's a lot of focus down here in the bot lane. I like it a lot. They're seeing the weaknesses of this bot lineup. Misfortune, not someone who can easily evade things. And bam, bam, they get multiple kills in this bot lane and an Ocean Drake. So, yeah, gotta say that Blitz, despite their interesting team lineup, they are definitely making the best of it, and Phoenix is on the back foot for sure.
Not really sure what Amaya-chan was hoping to do there. Just kind of walks into the Dragon Pit and hands over another kill to the Blitzkrieg squad.
Yeah, there's been a little of that. A little sloppiness in terms of positioning, awareness of where everyone is. But
well, we are at the point where Nocturne and Shin ults are back up together, so...
And unfortunately, Kale's ult is back as well, so that free gank is essentially gone now. Bot lane seems to be a focus here. I have seen Nocturne in this side of the jungle more than I've seen Nocturne in a lane. So
the unfortunate part too is that with a 120-second cooldown on Nocturne's ult, he would have had it back too if he had ganked top while he was already up there.
And the wards are helping quite a bit as well. They see that Nocturne is there. Not that Nocturne needs to be close by to use his ultimate, but it is useful information nonetheless. J-Dog almost to 11. Another power spike coming there. Right, yeah. 6, 11, and 16. Almost online, guys. Don't worry. We'll get there together.
And then she'll be able to 1v5.
Oh, good jump in there. That should take out. That was kind of funny, the Lucian shooting with everyone behind him. And so the ultimate goes. Ooh, Hook just barely misses Alpha in the bot lane. Pointy very low, should be careful. Snare from Ivern could lead to disaster.
I feel like there's been a few times that the Shin could have tried ulting bot lane to try and save the misfortune.
It's possible, but the issue with Shen's ultimate, especially, well, entirely in rank 1, is that the cooldown is massive and the shield is barely anything. So, it's possible that he really doesn't want to use it unless it's offensive, or he thinks that he's ulting someone who's mostly full health already, because by the time the misfortune has almost thought she's getting away, she would have died anyway.
That's fair.
Because a lot of the misfortune deaths have not been like, you know, oh man, I'm stuck here and I'm dying. They've been, oh, I'm almost to my turret, and then disaster strikes.
True, they have been like, 2-second just burst down out of nowhere kind of situations, it seems.
Big collapse coming here on the Zoe. Hook misses. Throws down her little teleporter, but she gets rooted because she ulted it. She did it in the wrong place. Ah, once again, miscues from Phoenix. And now, because of that, there's a big push here. Maya barely manages to not get hooked. And setting up for Dragon. A little early to be setting up for Dragon, though, really. But they just grabbed the crab, and now they're heading back to their various corners.
Yeah. I was supposed to say, I'm not sure they're actually setting up for that, just more clearing everything out.
If Shen's lucky, he will get he will get level 11 here, and will be able to get rank 2 ultimate and actually have a useful ultimate. But it doesn't look like he's gonna get there just yet, so one more minion wave though before Dragon. So if he can get this next level of ultimate, he'll be able to stay up here and teleport into the Dragon fight, assuming his team is going Dragon, and be helpful. But he's kind of hiding from J-Dog right now. We can see the CS lead is massive. Gold differential is also massive, 1100.
Ooh, that burst from J-Dog is scary.
Yep. Yeah, this Shen is really not durable enough yet. Kale isn't good yet, but the Shen also is not where he should be. Alright, Dragon is here. Wards are being cleared out, but both teams have members in position. Bot lane and jungle, bot lane and mid. Jungle, LMZ choosing a weird time to go for the Herald here. Zoe going in a little bit on the Lucian, half mana. Shen is walking. Oh, he's just going for the ward, maybe. Good hook there, and suddenly that is a stopwatch overpowered, call your congressman. Dead Alistar. Wasting flash and stopwatch.
Yep.
With no team members around. Miscue again.
So they give up this dragon, get ripped, drop that top lane. Right?
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, we have a comment from Great Beard of Odin saying that they really should have focused on this top lane to stop Kale from getting farmed up. Because, I mean, Kale is getting scary now because she's been left alone with her 6 wings. And her no helmet.
Yeah, and it's not like J-Dog played super passive and the moment was never there.
Big jump here into LonZ. There's ults and just doesn't go anywhere. This top lane and this jungle are not scary. They aren't doing anything. Pointy Ball has to run with no mana. Another root lands. They're just getting destroyed on all fronts. Gold lead is almost 7,000.
And here's the even, I guess, worst part is Nocturne is one of those champions that when they're behind, they just don't really do anything.
Like Vi and Jarvan, yes. Because all those themes of jumping in. If you're not fed, you jump in and you do nothing. Yeah, I think that there is a game sense mismatch here for one thing. Like Amaya a little out of position there. Obviously didn't die, but now has to go back and heal and wasted ultimate as well. Rotations all over the place. Some reasonable vision, but not a lot of it. I mean, they're doing alright with vision, I guess. That was a little unnecessary of me. Nothing really around Dragon yet. But we'll see what happens. Game isn't quite over yet, but it's getting there pretty quickly here. With Kale not being addressed. Oh! And Pointy Ball is disconnected. We getting a pause?
Well,
we have Ukulele commenting that Nocturne's item choices aren't great either.
I haven't actually even looked at that.
Well, we got Kraken Slayer, Plated Steel Caps, and Serrated Dirk, and that's it.
Nocturne's not really one of the jungles that I play at all, so I don't really know what mythic you go over Kraken Slayer for him.
We have Wishbone trying to convince us to keep hope alive after White Wolf's game. The issue is, oh, second there, I froze. Speed the game up for a second to get back on track. Ooh! Almost manages to lock down Tilted Pig there, but had no follow-up damage.
Pistol Crab kind of just abusing the...
Great hook. They do manage to get a bit of a lockdown there. Smokey gets taken out. Alright, this is actually one of the first actual team fights we've had. There goes the Nocturne. Sig is already incredibly low, so his tankiness is not going to help anyone. He also gets taken down. These Ivern bindings have been on point the whole game. Anyway, the main issue that Phoenix is facing right now is that while they are the better team on paper, they are feeding the team that needs to get fed to be impactful. 5-0 Kai'Sa, 4-2 Lucian, 4-2 Kale, 4-2 Ivern. I guess I'll mention Ivern as well.
Meanwhile, the only one on the opposite side that you know can kind of compare is the Zoe, which, don't get me wrong, I've seen some incredible Zoe plays, and we have some incredible Zoe players in the LCUS, but they're usually more single target kind of burst options. They're not going to be able to 1v5.
Right. They're going to have to open a fight by picking somebody off who's out of position. Like if Tilted Pig, as we just saw, is a little too far forward. But unfortunately, Zoe isn't fed enough to take out this Kai'Sa one-on-one instantly.
I'm going to be honest, I really don't like the super safe defensive pick from Eternal. Like I said before, he's kind of actually been the hidden carry on their team with the things like Nasus, Volibear, just dishing out a ton of damage. Not to sound mean or anything, but this isn't Greatbeard of Odin playing Shin. I don't think he has the time on him. I don't think he has the experience with him to turn into that late game monster that Shin can be.
I mean, I could see like maybe an Ornn would have been interesting here. Maybe a maybe a Nasus. I don't know. I mean, you didn't necessarily want this game to go incredibly long, but you know, if Kale wants to scale, Nasus can scale too. So
I'm gonna keep harping on him until he pulls up the Garen.
Alright, here comes the Shen ult going in. Red team does manage to snag the Mountain Drake. We'll see what else they can do here. Shen picked the Maya-chan. They did take out the Kaisa. Can they get more? It doesn't really look like it. Shen is actually running. That's not something you really want to see your tank do. J-Dog comes in the backside there. So it's a 1 for 3. They did manage to get the dragon, though. 1 for 4, but they managed to get the dragon. Pointy, do you realize that... I mean, Pointy obviously realizes it, but the backward hopping on those Zoe abilities is not helping you escape.
I don't really know if she was escaping regardless, though.
I don't know. Ivern was pretty low. I think that she might have had a chance. But yeah, this is probably over 10k gold differential. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Blitzkrieg for just executing.
Yeah, I'm never really super impressed with like a Kale doing good. Like, I just don't find it very impressive. But
I mean,
that being said, their whole squad right now is just performing very well together, and Phoenix doesn't really, in my opinion, have a way to come back in this game unless somehow Misfortune gets absolutely fed out of her mind.
well, I mean, to be fair to LNZ, what are you doing? To be fair to J-Dog, this is the first time that he's really done well on this scale. Hasn't, you know, not one of those things where we keep going with the meme, oh, just 3 more levels, guys, just 2 more levels, I'm almost there. He's actually, you know, been a scary champion to fight against at these lower levels, mostly because he hasn't taken fights alone. So yeah, very nicely done by J-Dog on this Kale. I think that the best possibility Phoenix has to get back in this is if we have Blitzkrieg going for an objective, like let's say Dragon. They swoop into Dragon, and then the Misfortune gets a big ult in their back. I think that could work for them. But outside of that, I'm not sure. Catching somebody out, they've got this meme combo of Alonzi and Sig Tao. Use it the next time you see someone alone. I'm not sure the next time someone will be alone, but if you see someone alone, do it.
I'm not sure they'll have the damage for it to matter at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends who you jump on.
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, maybe the Kaiser or Lucian, maybe.
Ivern's squishy-ish.
I don't know. Ivern already bullied Shin out of jungle.
Well, yeah, but that was
last fight.
That was Shen, not Shen Nocturne.
That's fair.
Alright, so Zoe backs to get here into this fight. A Misfortune ult here would be more of a stall. Shen does get grabbed, better than the alternative. But with all that damage, Shen's already at half health. He is not tanky at all. He's only at 2,000. Pointy has to flash to avoid getting grabbed there. So we have the great siege of Helm's Deep right now. A lot of snares missing. Super minions, of course, are doing their thing, and now Alonzi has to peel off, so now it is a 4-on-5. If Phoenix keeps moving and manages to avoid all the snares and grabs, they should be okay, but J-Dog's AoE is incredible. And he is just shredding every minion wave that comes out to challenge. Big dive in, here we go. Amaya taken very low. They jump in on the Lucian, who immediately starts backpedaling. The Misfortune ult goes off as well. They do manage to get the Lucian, but no one else is really able to pull it off. And that is quadra kill for the Kaisa. The problem with 2 ADCs. Everyone just lets Tilted Pig get it. It's 2 Kaisa pentakills today.
Well, Shin and Nocturne did what they're supposed to do, I guess, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, not enough power and disruption. So, congratulations to Blitzkrieg, a very dominating Game 1 performance here. We will see if... just attack the Nexus. J-Dog, please. Oh. Game just freezes on me. Fine. We will see if Phoenix can come back in Game 2. We will see if we get a stat screen. We do. Hop over these advanced details. Lucian just barely out-damaging Kale. Zoe dealing quite a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw in that last fight. Zoe ended up hitting Lucian with one Q and like brought him down to like a quarter of his health. So
Yep, classic
a lot
Zoe.
of damage, but
Very unfortunate numbers for this Nocturne, though. I mean, and the Misfortune also, of course. Let's see, vision score 71 to 65. So very well by both. Especially because there was talk earlier about how difficult it is to get vision score on the back foot. Phoenix was definitely on the back foot, and still great job by Amaya Chan there.
I want to point out that the Ivern had more damage than everyone on the other team other than Zoe.
That is definitely worth pointing out. Alright, we will take a quick break, and we will be heading into Game 2. Phoenix fighting for their lives. Otherwise, it's going to be a big tied-up battle next week to see who gets into the playoffs. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.